Maraming nakakakilala sa inyo sa isang YouTube vlogger na Pinoy architect kung saan nagbibigay siya ng komento sa mga bahay ng ilan sa mga sikat na vlogger sa Pilipinas. So, paano naman kung accountant yung nagbibigay ng komento sa mga financial statements ng ilan sa mga kilalang kumpanya dito sa atin sa Pilipinas? So, yan yung sasampulan natin dito sa aking video. So, yung ginawa ko ay binisita ko yung website ng San Miguel Corporation. At under kasi sa kanilang investor relations, available yung mga quarterly financial statements. Usually kapag mga conglomerate, pag mga multinational corporations at kapag mga publicly listed, itong mga kumpanya na ito, available yung financial statements to the general public for them to see. Especially kung ikaw ay isang interested party. Gusto mo mag-invest sa kanilang shares of stocks. So, I have here the financial statements. And for 2020, kinuha ko yung pinaka-recent na financial statements. Yun nga lang this is an interim financial statement. Kasi pinag-uusapan natin second quarter. So, second quarter ng taong 2020, which is April, May, and June. So, I downloaded this one and I have here the PDF copy of the second quarter financial statement. So, dito, makikita ninyo sa aking screen, ang pinaka-umpisang pahina, the first page, is yung tinatawag nating cover sheet. Once kasi na yung mga financial statements ay pinapasa sa Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC, meron niyang cover sheet. So, ito yung pinaka first page ng financial statements. So, i-run through ko lang kayo, dito, makikita ninyo, the SEC registration number. Lahat kasi ng mga kumpanya na nakaregister sa Securities and Exchange Commission ay may unique na registration number. Naka-identify din dito yung company name, the full name. So, this is San Miguel Corporation. And nakalagay din dito yung complete address, yung business or the register business address. Additional information na makikita ninyo sa cover sheet ay yung contact person, the company telephone number, okay? O anong form ito, and other information. So, proceed lang tayo sa mga susunod na pages. Etong form na ito ay yung tinatawag natin na SEC Form 17Q. Ang SEC Form 17Q is a quarterly financial statement na required kapag yung mga company ay publicly listed. So, if you want to check on the details of this, you may want to check yung SRC ruling, pwede mong i-search yung SRC rule ni SEC. At you may want to visit specifically the Rule 17, the requirements to file annual, quarterly, current, predecessor, and successor reports. So, naka-identify dyan, especially for 1B, nakalagay dito, public companies as defined in SRC Rule 3, sila yung isa sa mga required na mag-prepare nitong quarterly financial statements. So, eto naman yung mga required reports. Now, going back doon sa financial statements, i-run through lang natin, punta na tayo, diretso na tayo sa mga basic financial statements para makita ninyo ano ba yung laman ng financial statement ni San Miguel Corporation. Lalong-lalo na kung bago lang kayo makakita ng financial statements. So, dito pala sa form na ito, naka-identify din yung mga shares of stocks. Ano yung mga klase ng mga shares? So, pag nag-discuss na kasi kayo, pag napunta na kayo sa accounting for partnership and corporation, specifically doon sa corporation type, corporation accounting, mapag-uusapan ninyo yung iba't ibang klase ng mga shares of stocks. Pero, eto yung meron tayong tinatawag na ordinary shares, or the common share, and then the preferred shares. So, hindi hindi natin ito pag-uusapan dito, ano? Because if we talk on this, baka abutin tayo ng siyam-siyam. Sige. Proceed tayo dito. Puntahan na natin yung financial statements. We have here, makikita mo under Annex A. Okay? Ito yung tinatawag natin, Consolidated Statements of Financial Possession. Ito yung tinatawag natin, balance sheet. Okay. Dito mapapansin mo, this is the title. Ito yung pangalan ng company, San Miguel Corporation and Subsidiaries. Gusto ko lang klaruhin na to sa inyo kasi this is the financial statement which is consolidated. Ito yung group financial statements or the group FS. Meron kasi tayong tinatawag na mga consolidated financial statements. Pero mapag-uusapan ninyo yan pagdating sa higher accounting. Kung sakali man na ikaw na nanunood sa ngayon ay first year BSA student o kaya naman grade 11 or grade 12 na ABM student. So, dito naka-identify San Miguel Corporation and Subsidiaries. Ang subsidiaries, ito yung mga iba pang mga companies under the San Miguel Group. So, just to give you an idea kung sino-sino itong mga subsidiaries na ito, sa website ni San Miguel, nakalagay dito, pag sinearch nyo itong sanmiguel.com.ph, merong option dito, to view the subsidiary websites. Just to give you an idea kung sino-sino yan, the Bank of Commerce, yung bangko, is under the San Miguel Group. We also have yung Ginebra San Miguel, yung mga alak. San Miguel Food and Beverage. We also have Petron. Okay? San Miguel Properties, San Miguel Food Groups, Culinary Center, so on and so forth. So, masyadong madami yan. And the consolidated financial statement is the combined financial statements of all companies under the umbrella of San Miguel Corporation. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na parent and subsidiaries. Consolidated statement of financial position, makikita mo dito sa baba. This is for the date June 30, 2020 and December 31, 2019. Alam nyo kasi, kapag gumagawa ng financial statements, comparative yan. So, hindi ka lang nagpe-prepare ng financial statements mo for this year. Kung hindi, meron niyang comparison. So, normally, ang comparison nito ay yung previous year. And in some instances, which I will not be discussing in details, merong requirement na 3 taon yan. Current year, so halimbawa 2020, merong 2019, and then yung 2018 pa. Okay? But here, makikita mo yung comparison ng statement of financial position or your balance sheet is for the year 2020 and 2019. Ngayon, makikita mo ang presentation ng kanilang financial statements ay dito sa kaliwa yung assets, nasa kanan naman yung liabilities and equity. O when we are dealing with basic accounting, yung accounting concepts, remember we have the assets equals liabilities plus equity. And if you are familiar, yung tinatawag natin ng account format. So this is an account format. Nasa kaliwa yung assets, nasa kanan naman yung liabilities and equity. At if we are going to go into the details of it, pag pinagtali mo yan, pag pinag-add mo yung mga yan, if we have here sa first part yung current assets, dito naman sa baba yung non-current assets, o dito yung classification ng mga assets, liabilities, pinapakita na meron kang current portion and meron kang non-current portion. Pero pag in-add mo yan, o ang total assets mo na nandito sa baba is this amount, and kapag kinompare mo yan sa liabilities and equities, dapat bangga yan. Dapat pareha sila. In this case, 1,852,049. Masyado lang siyang maliit, pero kasi masyadong madaming detalye yung PDF. Pero pag i-check natin dito sa liabilities and equity, unaudited ng 2020, the same amount ito. 852,049. So ano yung kailangan ninyong tandaan dito? Pansinin mo, dito sa taas, nakalagay yan, naka-open and closed parenthesis, in millions. So, ibig sabihin pala, etong mga figures na ito, no, ay nakatawag nito, pinaiksi. Kasi pag ipe-present mo yan ng full figures, no, etong mga ito ay in terms of billions na. Kasi halimbawa, this is 300, yung cash and cash equivalents mo, 344 billion. Kasi, yung 423 dito sa right side, representative of millions. So, 344 billions o 423 millions. So, ganun siya, pinipresent. Pag malalaking numbers yan, okay? It is naka-shortcut siya. Nakalagay dyan, in millions or in thousands of pesos. Depende sa pagkakapresenta. Now, i-run through lang natin, we have the current assets at ang composition, yung mga line items under the current assets of San Miguel Corporation, makikita natin yung cash and cash equivalents. We have the trade and other receivables, meron tayo nitong inventories and the current portion of biological assets na. Itong mga biological assets, pagdating sa intermediate accounting, mapag-uusapan nyo yan. Kung ano-ano ba itong mga biological assets. Kasi baka by now, you are only familiar with the cash and cash equivalents, yung trade and other receivables, and then yung inventories. Meron pa pala tayo dito, prepaid expenses and other current assets, to which many of you are familiar. Dito naman sa non-current assets, makikita ninyo, we have investment accounts, property, plant, and equipment. Okay, investment property, biological asset, goodwill, other intangible assets, deferred tax assets, and other non-current assets. Makaka-relate lang dito yung mga nakapag-undergo na ng intermediate accounting or financial accounting. For the higher years, possibly yung mga second year, medyo nagkaroon na ng idea or familiar na dito yung mga third year, fourth year, o yung mga juniors and seniors ng college accountancy students. Dito naman, sa right side, under the liabilities and equity na column, we have the current liabilities. Ano-ano yung mga current liabilities ni San Miguel Corporation? We have the loans payable, the accounts payable, lease liabilities. Yung lease liabilities may kinalaman ito sa mga upa, sa mga renta. Income and other taxes payables, mga income taxes, dividends payable. Dividends payable, ito yung distribution ng profit doon sa mga shareholders mula doon sa mga kinita ng company o kinita ng San Miguel Corporation. And we also have here current maturities of long-term debt. So, kung may mga long-term debt ka kasi, mga more than 1 year yung duration niyan, may portion dyan na baka mag-due na this coming year, within 12 months after the reporting period. So, yung portion na yun, tinatawag natin na current maturity, ng mga long-term debts. Pero yung non-current portion, yun yung pinipresent natin dito sa non-current liabilities, which is this one, long-term debt, okay? Meron din tayong deferred tax liabilities. Kung meron tayong deferred tax assets, meron din ditong deferred tax liabilities. So, baka by now, naninibago kayo, at ano itong pinasok ko? Pagdating pala ng higher accounting, mukhang madami akong kailangan pag-aralan. So, yes, maraming mga accounts na panibago, na kailangan ninyong matutunan. Ito pang mga lease liabilities and other non-current liabilities. So, ito yung composition ng liabilities mo. You have the current classification and then the non-current classification. Meron din kayo dito yung equity. And for consolidated financial statements, dito papasok yung mga equity attributable to equity holders and then the non-controlling interest. At ito ay isang mga madugong usapan. Madugo kasi sa iba medyo nahihirapan ito. Pero pag naintindihan mo talaga ng lubusan Etong mga controlling interest and non-controlling interest, equity attributable to equity holders. Nako, easy na lang ito sa'yo. Okay? So, how about me? Ako ba'y easy lang para sa mga topics na ito? Well, actually, nahirapan din ako during my college years. Pero, syempre, naipasa naman natin yung board. So, ibig sabihin, during the exam, naiintindihan ko ito. Not much na nga lang siya ngayon kasi it's been a while since I've been in college and discussing these topics. Okay. So, yun yung ano. Ito yung ating figures. Ito yung statement of financial position. So, maraming figures yan, Siya nga pala, makikita mo dito, may mga close and open parentheses sa ibang mga line items, kagaya ni cash and cash equivalent. Etong notes 9 and 10, ito yung reference natin sa tinatawag natin na notes to the financial statements. Yung notes, ito yung narrative natin. Kinikwento nito, ano itong mga balanse na ito, ano yung breakdown nito. Further, kung may mga non-financial information na kailangang i-disclose, o naka-present yan sa ating notes to the financial statements bilang disclosure. Okay? Nabitin kayo. Actually, ako din. Pero biruin mo, pinag-usapan lang natin yung statement of financial position or the balance sheet. Inabot na tayo ng mga 15 minutes mahigit. So imagine kapag binuo natin, kinumpleto natin yung income statement, pati yung statement of changes in equity, and then the cash flow statements. Actually, meron pa, pinaghiwalay kasi dito yung income statement sa statement of comprehensive income. So, hindi lang tayo isang oras aabutin. Baka abutin tayo ng siyam-siyam. O at least, by now, nagkaroon kayo ng idea what happens, what if a Pinoy accountant reacts to the financial statements of various companies. So, ganyan yung kakalabasan ng ating equivalent kay Pinoy architect. Okay? So, hanggang sa susunod on my videos on accounting lectures. Bye-bye!